Nope. Nice. Two more. Oh, stupid ass. The front and back are so hairy, old washed unk. See that? Pretty impressive, I know. All right, guys, that's a good clap there. Get some good bass. We're here today. It's hot as shit this week. It's like in the 95s. What's 32? Like 95? I don't know. Something like that. You guys know. It's like 100 degrees Fahrenheit. It's hot as shit. But we got the bay doors open, got a little bit of a breeze, so it's actually kind of nice. Today's my Monday like push A. Usually I show you guys, more often you see my secondary push, which is like my shoulders and secondary chest that I do far closer to the back end of the week. This one I usually don't show as much because honestly I find it kind of boring to show because there's not as much to show to me. And also because I'm a little insecure about my chest training, guys, I'm not gonna lie. I've really got in a, but I think that's why it's probably actually better to show. Because I know, a lot of people struggle with weak points like I have with my chest for my whole career. And I think I'm really starting to actually get a good groove and connection and feeling with my chest and really starting to get a handle on my chest training. But a lot of that has come down to my rep ranges, like the range of motion is definitely more limited. I'm not going far into the stretch at all. I'm kind of like coming to basically 90 degrees. And if something feels like I'm losing it by going too far out, I'm not doing that either. Like on a fly, I might only come to here. I'm not going here. I find it's very easy for my shoulders to take over. So I've been very intentional with my ranges of motion. And I find it's actually done quite a bit for my chest development and definitely like the pump and the connection that I'm getting through the movement. So it's taking some time to kind of find the right movements that feel best for me, the angles that feel the best for me. Super high inclines, it's all shoulders. I'm getting no chest. No matter how slow or methodical I am, it's really hard for me to connect. Decline movements actually feel pretty good most of the time. Lower incline presses, neutral presses or underhand presses really feel good for me. So I've kind of just been working through these stable of movements to kind of find the things that have worked best, feel best, and then in turn work best and seeing the best development from over the short period of time that I've been doing this thing again. So first we're gonna start on the Smith machine here, Whole Faithful. Gonna do super low incline. We're at like, I don't know, what's that, 10 degrees, 15 degrees? We're gonna start with that and then maybe head on to some flat dumbbells or something maybe, or neutral press. We'll just kind of go from there. Like I always kind of have like a idea of like the series of movements I want to do, but within that, I might do a neutral grip dumbbell or a machine or whatever. We kind of just work within that. So let's get to it. It's also a learning lesson for me, and I should know this and be more. I was going to ride my bike with a friend on the weekend, and we met up like a local spot, and we were kind of just staying there chatting. And I'm like, is there white paint on my rear tire on my bike? And it wasn't white paint, it was the metal wear, like right through to the metal, to the steel, through the whole center of my rear tire. But this is the lesson, is you should be checking your tires really before every time you leave your house. And this is one of the things you learn like in a fucking motorcycle safety course day one. If I'd hit a little bit of gravel or something on that with that center of the tire, there would have been zero grip on that. So yeah, lesson learned,
You got 2 more at least. Good. Come on. No.
Good. One more. You got 2. Come on. One more. 2, 3. Good.
Good. Come on. Let's go. Push. One more.
That's good.
Good. Come on. One more.
It's not actually very impressive. It's 2 plates on a Smith machine, but felt good. We've been doing that kind of more times than not, especially on our pressing. You know, we really like to, you know, sometimes get a little, actually those sets, the first few sets felt pretty good and controlled, but sometimes when I'm filming, you know, my ego gets ahead of me and I'll just want to like move a bit more weight and lose that control. Not the control, but the feeling a little more. So we've started doing on some of those exercises, like just a 3rd set with a bit lighter weight, get the reps in, get a really good squeeze, especially on the first movement. You know, something that really builds the connection, kind of like leads the way for the rest of the workout. You know, with a lighter weight. And I don't know if you saw on those, I kind of my hand, like I wasn't even holding on to it. And I was kind of thinking of pushing outwards with my hands. So not squeezing it and just kind of like pushing out, really feeling that contraction. So yeah, got a good pump now though. Feel nice and connected, you know? Good. One more. Yep. You got another. Come on. One more. Finished up on the Smith. Moving on to some flat dumbbell now. Probably 150 I think seems good. I'll do that first and see how it feels and go from there. Yeah, I think that should be good. Get some good controlled reps with 150. Help.
Yep.
My fucking hand couldn't fit in the dumbbell. I felt like I was like wedged in there. The rubber thing. I was like holding it right one. I'm like, fuck, I feel so uncomfortable in here. That was good. Decent 10. Whew. It's hard though, especially when you don't do those first.
Good. Come on.
That's one. Nope. That elbow is like, oh. Sore on those. Whew. Nice. One more. That's good. Yeah, so if you guys see with like these exercises, like I said at the beginning, I've been like very intentional. Did the whole set, it happened then, but very intentional with my ranges of motion. You know, like on the machine press or the Smith press, you know, I was only coming to kind of here and even wasn't even locking out all of them. And with the dumbbells, same thing, like I wasn't really going deep into the stretch like I used to. And then here, I'm just coming back as far until I start to feel a bit of stretch, like a good stretch to the chest, and I'm not letting the stretch go into the front delt and the bicep, and kind of really just kind of keep it on there. And same for the other side on the contraction side, same with like the dumbbells or anything. The dumbbells, like I could easily push it and touch them together. But like even just doing that, I feel that loss of sensation off the chest and diverting elsewhere. Same with the fly here. When I internally rotate too much, I start to lose that feeling. So I'm really just focusing hard on trying to build that mental connection. And I think I'm able to expand my ranges of motion a bit over time as the connection is built. But if I'm constantly letting it bounce in and out by going too far to the ranges of motion just for the sake of it, I really never have the opportunity to build it. So being intentional with that. All right, do one more set here. Then we'll probably do a neutral press. When I've been doing my neutral presses too, I'm trying to get like, honestly, as much reverse grip to it as my wrists will allow. I'm not a huge hoist guy. I think the whole premise is pretty ridiculous. But there's a chest press hoist we have at the other gym, and the handle kind of comes and curves down, and I can kind of wedge my hands in there and kind of do like a reverse grip press that I feel almost better than any exercise I do for chest. So we have the Nautilus one here, that it's more squared off, but I can still kind of wedge my hand in there. So we'll try and do that and try and get as much reverse grip to it as I can. Look guys, I'm not saying that these are scientifically the best exercises. This is just my process of elimination of what's felt the best for me after a lot of trial and error, so.
You got more, come on. 2 more.
Oh, I was sliding on my sweaty palm. Felt good, but didn't work great. It's hot in here. My hand was like sliding on the sweaty rubber. I didn't have a good grip on it, but so I kept having to adjust. Still felt a good contraction. Come
on, let's go.
Stupid ass.
Come on, let's go. Another one.
What was your count? I'm like 9, you're like 6.
So flat pressing is king.
Flat pressing? I mean, I think whatever press feels best for you is king. Sorry for the very, like, shoo-shoo answer. But it's kind of reality. I mean, you know, realistically, I think what's going to get you the highest probability of the most chest engagement with the least front delt engagement is probably a flat press versus an incline. But some people really connect super well with like a low to moderate incline. And I talked to you guys about this a couple weeks ago. I think I saw it on Jewett or something. Go to his Instagram. There was some tip he had for a YouTube video about chest building and kind of like squeeze your arms together and then like wherever you feel the best contraction, whatever the tip is, you know, and that kind of dictates your angle. You know, and some people will feel better doing more decline movements or flat movements or slight incline movements. I don't think super high inclines are ever going to be the most advantageous. I think you're kind of missing off the pec major, but you know, I think it's one of those things you need to just play around. Everyone's anatomy is different, especially when it comes to, you know, pushing and pulling and stuff. So yeah, play around with the different presses. And I think I'm not like all about feel on everything, but I think for certain things, especially if it's a weak point you've been working on and you haven't been getting the feeling, I think you should really search for that and finding the movements that do help you connect with that the best. And that's really what I've been trying to do. And then build up load and find, you know, play with ranges of motion, ranges of tension, you know, limiting them, maximizing them. I did a while where I was doing super full ranges of motion, super little, top end, bottom end, and kind of now I found that sweet spot in the middle range, a band, like middle 3/4 from quarter from the bottom and like an 1/8 from the top. That has really connected the best for me. So yeah, just play around with them, see what you think. But yeah, if I'm gonna opt for one, I'm usually probably gonna go a flat press, you know, in some capacity is gonna, you know, appeal to most, right? Okay, now this is ultimate bro science, little set here. I think you guys have seen me do this before with the long D handles. I can't remember who I got this from. I feel like it was like some variation was from Flex Lewis or someone like that way back in the day, like in a fucking MD or Flex magazine, like 2010, you know? And he did some kind of little tri-set with the rope, I think. I think he would do the rope and do like regular, then overhead, and then back to regular and like pump it out. So we've done this one where I go in order of operations of like what I think is the hardest, like the one you can do the least weight for first to the best, strongest one. So we'll do the reverse grip, then I do the overhead, then I just crank it out regular. And same kind of thing here for that I was doing, talking about for chest. I find out really well for triceps actually, limiting the ranges of motion, certain aspects for certain exercises can feel really, really good. You know, like if I'm doing like the press down and I just come up to here and I'm really just forcing down from the tricep, I feel a crazy contraction, crazy pump. Especially when you're doing it in conjunction with a couple other exercises where you've moved through different ranges of motion, kind of got a bit of different pronations, supinations, a little more stretch to the overhead. Look, at the end of the day, I do think this is 3 versions of the same exercise. I don't think we're really doing anything different here. Maybe a slight bias towards one head versus the other, the reverse grip or overhead, but like at the end of the day, this is the same exercise 3 times. You know, we're really just doing kind of like a mechanical drop set of sorts, or rest pause, I don't know. But just kind of like going from least advantageous to most advantageous mechanical position. But it's really, we're kind of just doing the same thing 3 times, but it's good for variation. It feels really good. It does feel different from exercise to exercise. You know, overhead, you can get a little more stretch. This one, you know, the supinated, you get a little bit different feeling. So yeah, try it out. It's a fun little superset. You can do it like this with the curvy bar, easy curl bar. I find this a bit harder because my wrist supination isn't super great, or you can get the 2 long rope D handles, because then you can kind of like really spread them apart, go overhead, and the overhead I'll let it slide over my hand, so I'm almost doing it like a rope, and then do it overhead, and then I'll come back to pronated and really just pump it out there. So try it out. Telling you guys, hits different. We're gonna bang out one more set here, but we'll call a wrap on the video. You guys don't need to watch me do 3 sets of this. But yeah. Also, I posted a progress picture last week, doing a little side chest. That was the first time I actually, I've been to the gym, take my, tank top and done a couple, but first time I've seen my whole body hitting a pose in front of a camera in a long time. And don't ask me for other shots. I only did side chest. And the only reason I only did a side chest is because the front and back are so hairy that it's not working. But the side, you can kind of hide that a little bit, Turn to the side, my legs aren't too bad, but my chest and back are real hairy. So I'll do some hair removal. Maybe we'll get some more updates, get the signature front lat or a back double or something in there. But yeah, go to the post and let me know your guys' thoughts, or if you saw it, let me know how you think I'm looking. If I'm looking like I still can do the damn thing, or if I'm fucking old washed unk, Is that how you say it? Is that what the kids say? Unk, washed unk? I don't fucking know. But thanks guys, hope you learned something today as always, and we'll catch you next time.